quarterback. After his last game, he's now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Browns and the Ravens, and it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 25.
What better way to start off the afternoon than with some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Huard. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we've got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over them for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
Weather's starting to get a bit colder, but playoff hopes burning bright as ever for most of our teams as we get underway here in Week 12. He stopped on the return at the 27th. So the Ravens offense taking over for the first time here. And they'll be led out by their third-year signal caller.
A win is a win for him, whether he goes for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns, Kate, or maybe he just finds the end zone once like last week. And being the team-first guy he is, he'd be more than happy to end the game with just 1 touchdown pass, or maybe even no touchdown passes, so long as they get the win in the end.
First play is to the air. And what a way to get this one started, but his deep shot falls incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Motioning him from the slot right. 2nd and 10 now. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
And he's brought down after a modest gain up to the 46. We get a look at his rushing numbers from last week here, what he was able to do in support of that win. Second and 6 coming up here. From the 46. Throwing the out route complete. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. They're now set for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Ooh, I like that call. I really like it with those sticks. You can keep them on the sidelines, and you get more than enough to get the first down.
Caught quickly on the slant. And they take him down right along the 30.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
From the 30 on 2nd down. Short pass brought in. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And that'll be first down, Baltimore. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he won't win the race to the outside. That one's bobbled up at the line. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. They give it to him again. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that first down. And the Browns add an extra defensive back out there. Nickel package, 3rd down. They're giving it to Jones on the option. And he drives this forward to the 6. A gain of 3, and now they're going to be able to plan for 1st and goal.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
Now Bennett. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Good pressure from the defense there has them trending in the wrong direction.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now we let the chess match begin, the adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
And he finds him in the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens finish up an excellent opening series. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
That one splits the uprights. And the Ravens will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Starting from the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So here are the Browns now, headed out for their first drive. And in his 8th season as a QB, he's the one to lead them out.
He's one of the select group of quarterbacks where when he takes the field, everyone, and I mean everyone, takes notice. He's part of the game's elite at the game's most important position, and it really is a spectacle, Kate, anytime he leads an offense out, because you know he's capable of plays that other quarterbacks in this league simply cannot make.
Finds his target hole, and just gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Defense all over that throw. You could just smell it. They just smelled that football coming their way, and that's as good as an incompletion. And they're going to be in a good spot, second down coming up.
Now on 2nd and 10. Ravens swoop it in, and they bring him down. And that pushes them back, 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I don't know if I've ever told you, but my dad was a driver's ed teacher. And I could just hear him right now say, son, take this out of reverse and put it in drive, because this one's going nowhere right now. A drastic change on this play needed, and maybe a whole lot of luck to keep this series alive.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Looking for a throw here. Dialing up a receiver screen. Still going through the 25. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
So many times, Kate, when I see these receiver screens, I think punt return. It's like a punt return. On punt return, it's all about those blocks. The returner's got to catch it, and he's got to feel those blockers in front of him. It's no different on a big play like this with the wide receiver screen.
He fields this at the 18. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The Ravens and their running back about to get back to work. And they haven't been shy about looking his way in the passing game, have they? You can see that so far this season, he's currently leading all running backs in receiving yards. Bennett. And the first down pass sent away by a defender, incomplete.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
To throw, here's Bennett. Fits it through the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Bennett now to throw. Finds him over the middle. And he's got it up to midfield and into Browns territory.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it too.
Here's 2nd and 5. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught.
It is such a weapon offensively when you've got a big tight end that can stretch the field vertically. Not a lot of DBs have the size to cover him. They tried to get it to him in that spot where he could win it, but unfortunately, no connection to be made.
He'll make a bid for it on the ground. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Here's Bennett. Completed over the middle. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. 1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. A little touch pass here, trying to move the chains. And he'll get them enough for a first down. That'll be the end of one in this AFC North battle. 7-0 is our score. We'll return to Huntington Bank Field after this. Back at beginning of the 2nd quarter, Ravens in possession. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Lone back gets the handoff. And he's going to take this only to about the 31. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Back now, pressure on its way. That one's complete over the middle. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. That play good for 17 and a first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
This one's caught. And in for the Baltimore touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Kicking team on to try the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Ravens double their lead to 14. The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Fielded at the 7. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. The Browns, nice field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Here's Breece Hall on the ground for the first time. And he has him a small chunk of yards up to the 42. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3. Early movement along the right side. The flag comes out.
Ball start, offense.
So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. They kick the running back in motion. Looking right, and he finds him. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. And the Ravens going nickel, 3rd down. Trying to throw here out of the gun. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on third down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Fourth down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Ravens are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And as we work our way through this regular season, you can see he's currently sitting in the top 5 of the league in passing. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Connecting on the slant. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Bennett throwing here. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or two short for the 1st down.
4th down punt coming up. Ethan Evans out to do the honors. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. He has it at the 22. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The Browns ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And we're getting a look at the leaders in passing touchdowns this season here, where you will find his name among the top 5 right now in the NFL. Back to throw on 1st and 10. Called in left side. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Defense.
So he jumped too early, and that's going to cost him 5 yards.
Still 2nd down.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Complete out to the right. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Ravens bring an extra DB out there. 3rd down coming up. Ooh, the hard count worked. Somebody jumped. I think this is going to give them the 1st.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense.
Well, it's not a long walk to the new spot, but it is a disappointing one to make. Instead of 3rd down, they're now defending 1st and 10. A fresh set of downs after that penalty. Here's 1st and 10. They're throwing it. Into traffic, complete. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Ravens.
From the 39. Getting out to his left. Now here he goes. It's a 26-yard pickup there. And that's good for a Cleveland 1st down.
I mean, I don't ever want to be a defensive coordinator. They do so many things right to take away the pass, and then what happens? Well, you get a quarterback that lowers his head, gashes the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game. You take away the pass, but you can't stop the QB run.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. They bring their tight end left. On first down, it's Gibbs. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Again, it's Gibbs. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
We take a break from his regularly scheduled programming of pass coverage duties to see him adding a little contribution in the run support. And his teammates, you could just see the body language. A little nod, a little grin. They'll welcome the reinforcements every time.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
Butker knocks it through, and that'll get him back to 11.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Has this at the 6. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Ravens trotting out their offense. They've ripped off 4 straight wins, and if this lead holds, that's going to be 5 before we know it. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Here's Bennett. Finds his man over the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 31-yard play. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore.
You know, Kay, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
They'll run here on 1st down. And they're going to stop him after he runs it inside the 35. They get 6, and we've reached the 2-minute warning. So it's the 2-minute warning here from Cleveland. It's the Ravens, who have 2nd and 4. From the 34. Has him on the quick hitter. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down. Throwing the out route complete. And he's out of bounds after a nice pickup to the 10. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal. From the red zone now. The throw is caught. And not quite a touchdown, but he's down to the 4 before going out. Still chances to get these final 4 yards. It's 2nd and goal. They'll throw it again. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one and brings up 3rd down. To throw, here's Bennett. And he finds him in the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens boat racing them to the halftime locker room. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups, and when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
That one right down the middle. And the Ravens push their lead to 18. The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Cleveland offense back out and getting set for the drive. They're trailing, but there's enough time, Brock, that they could get a scoring drive to attack that here before the break. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. He's got it over the middle. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. The Browns take the first of their 3 timeouts. From the 30 on second down. He completes it in traffic. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Short pass brought in. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. The dose of the hurry-up offense here. That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete. That one firmly denied by the man in coverage. So that brings them to third down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. That throw's knocked away and incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception and just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, well, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
Punter takes the field on fourth down, and he sends this one flying. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. The Ravens headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And we're all hoping his hot start can continue. He's been putting up some numbers early in this contest. Bennett finds him over the middle. And they take him down at the 24-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. In the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he has a decent gain on what's going to be the final play of the half. So we've reached the halftime break. It's the Ravens leading so far on the road. Now it's down to Florida, where Jonathan Coachman is standing by in Orlando. No need for halftime. We'll just keep it right here and get started with the third quarter. The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. The Browns have the football first to start the third, and here comes their offense. And that first half, they just couldn't keep up the pace, but they're going to be the ones setting the pace here to begin this third quarter. I'll start on the ground with Gibbs. And he found some running room for a nice gain. The rookie out of UCLA in on the stop.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
2nd and 3. Couldn't connect across the middle. It's an incomplete pass.
You feeling lucky? Well, do you? Well, he should, because the quarterback got away with one right there. That was an easy pick dropped by the defense.
3rd down from the gun. That's caught for the first. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. They motion the tight end over. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Finds him on the crossing route. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. 16 yards on the play. And that gives the Browns a first. He'll throw it yet again. And this throw's knocked away, incomplete. That one vehemently swatted away. And now it's 2nd down. They'll motion him out of the backfield. Over to Douglas on the sideline, caught. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's good for a Cleveland first down. Working inside the red zone. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
Third down run by Gibbs. And he's in. It's a Cleveland touchdown. The Browns cut into the lead coming out of halftime. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. Well, he found himself some space to work, and from there, all athleticism as he made his way in for 6.
You know, you run the ball down in the red zone, Kate, you're not always thinking touchdowns, right? Space is so hard to come by. But you're exactly right. His athleticism, his explosion, his speed, it puts 6 on the board for the offense.
That one splits the uprights. And the Browns make it an 11-point ball game. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. This return starts at the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. And as we're reminded of some of the highlights of this game, his touchdowns ranking quite high among them. We're going to see 3 of them here, and if you're scoring like that, Brock, it normally means you've had a pretty darn good game. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Bennett now to throw. Into the hands of Samuel, complete. And he'll get it up to the 27. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They'll run here from the gun. And he's able to get back to the line, but that is all. No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on 3rd down. Running back sent in motion. Throw on 3rd down. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll get it up to the 44. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Back to throw. Here's Bennett. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And now they face 2nd down. From the gun, here's a handoff. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down. They go play action here. Connects on the crosser. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes 12 times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And he's going to go out of bounds just short of that red zone. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. A give now from the gun. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down. And that's incomplete. He's going to wish he hung on to that pick there, but it's still going to bring up 4th down.
Well, that's not the uniform you want to see almost bringing it in. They are so fortunate to have another shot down here after the near pick.
And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And that extends their lead to 14.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Now bottling up as he gets the return to the 30. Cleveland's offense all set to take over. They got the job done there last time out. Still trailing by a lot, though, so they're going to need a repeat of that touchdown here. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back now, pressure on its way. Dumps it off to his running back. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on 1st down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
That one's incomplete over the middle.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
The Browns are lined up to punt. Fields this clean at the 30. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Now Baltimore returning its offense to the field of play. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays have followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
Man in motion here. Play action on 1st down. Called in left side. And he'll get it up to the 44.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Running for the marker on 2nd. And that hit stops him in his tracks. No gain on 2nd down, and they need 2 here on 3rd. A little touch pass here, trying to move the chains. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
You know what that felt like to me, Kate? That felt like a little bit of overthinking, where he's just waiting for the perfect lane and the breakaway run. But against defenses in this league, you hesitate, you get tackled for a loss.
Baltimore lined up in punt formation. His first effort went 47 yards. Brock looks to have a little more into this one. The Browns getting their offense out there. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Straight ahead with Gibbs. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. Throwing from the gun. He has the first over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's the Browns football. They're down, but not out on the scoreboard. They're set up at the 35 now. First and 10, looking to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. 16 yards on the play. And that gives the Browns a first.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Throwing now off play action. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down. They kick the running back in motion. Working the sideline. Oh, he got it. Drug the feet. That's a catch.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And it's 4th down. Back to throw, needing a first. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And he takes this one back for the pick 6. Well, they had to try something there on 4th down, but that throw played right into what the defense was anticipating, Brock, and they make it hurt that much worse by taking the turnover back for 6.
Hey, I'm all for these great group celebrations, and, I'm not Captain No Fun, but one of these times I'd like to see that player run that football over to the D coordinator who predicted that play was coming and really made the right call to create that opportunity.
That one right down the middle. And the Ravens stretch their lead to 21. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. Returning it from the 4. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Now we see the Browns offense headed out. And all game they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Back to the air following the pick 6. Short pass brought in. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
From the 32. Finds him over the middle. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. That was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Motioning one of the tight ends. Pass play on 1st and 10. Completed over the middle. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
They are throwing it again. Hits him on the out route. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line.
Well, that's a pretty... to a first down run. Forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Before the snap, some early movement. Let's see which side gets tagged with a penalty.
Encroachment, defense.
Broke the plane before the snap, and that's going to give the offense some free yardage.
Still second down.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Cut near the goal line. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the
Ineligible
one.
receiver downfield. Offense.
Would have liked to have kept that big play, but the officials and penalties say no, and it's got to come back.
Still second down.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Throwing it again here. Throw left side, complete. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Here's a throw. Able to hit Hall, complete. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. They'll send their tight end right. Working inside the red zone. Brought in right side. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. Second down now, 7 to go.
Second and 7 at the 17-yard line.
Sending the tight end in motion left. Finds the in route, complete. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. Running back sent in motion. Complete beyond the marker. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
1st and goal. Here's Gibbs. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run, in need of some attention. 2nd and goal coming up, 5 yards to the end zone. Hall takes it straight ahead. And he cannot shake the tackler along the line of scrimmage. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. And through the back of the end zone and out of bounds.
QBs, well, they're a lot like the great shooters in the NBA. Hey, listen, sometimes you're going to miss. You just got to shake it off and keep shooting away.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Give now to the running back. And this one doesn't go far. 3 yards on the 1st down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. Back to the well again. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10. Back-to-back carries here. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, they were hoping to get outside and meet those guys at the second level. Well, someone from the second level came to beat him on his turf. And that meeting didn't go so well.
They give it to him again. And this one does not go far. It's a 3-yard pickup. That's going to leave him facing 3rd and 10. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. They're just going to let the clock run out and take this delay.
Delay of game, offense.
Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty.
Still 3rd down.
Backed up now after the penalty. It's 3rd down. They'll run here following the penalty. And he has a strong gain here. Gets that up to the 23. An 8-yard gain, but still left with 4th and a bunch.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. So the Ravens will fly home with the win. And this winning streak continues to grow as they claim their 4th victory in a row. So for Brock Eward, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time. The Ravens are your winners. As with that, we'll sign off from Cleveland.